Now, as far as the debate itself goes, some things I liked, some things I didn't like. I understand there was a lot of talk out there about this is too rowdy. But I don't like this. It's too rambunctious. It was not for me. There was all kinds of that talk everywhere. Everybody crying about how rowdy it was. Trump's interrupting everybody all the time. Biden's interrupting Trump, name-calling Trump. Wallace was clearly in the tank for Biden. It was too wild. That's politics. You and I do this thing where we talk about how great our childhood was. If you're an older person, we talk about how much better it was back in the day. I have sons now. I actually have caught myself telling them things like that. You know, back in my day, you could... Stop. We all look at the past with rose-colored glasses. Moses was telling the next generation how things were better back in his day. This is the norm. Politics is a contact sport. It always has been. If you don't believe me, ask Julius Caesar. Politics is a contact sport. It's supposed to be rowdy. We used to have congressmen beating senators almost to death in America with canes on the floor. And then his constituents sent him a whole box of new canes so he could do it again the next time. That's politics, man. So if they're going to get a little loud with each other on the stage, if they're going to interrupt each other, call each other names, I'm okay with it. And you know the main reason I'm okay with it? It's not even because it's always been that way. It's because I don't need this veneer of politeness when I know you hate each other's guts. I don't need that. Be honest with me. Donald Trump thinks Joe Biden is an idiot and a loser and made that very apparent last night. Joe Biden thinks Donald Trump is a complete scumbag. Made it very apparent last night. Chris Wallace thinks Trump's a scumbag. Made that apparent last night. And Trump hates Chris Wallace back. Made that very apparent. I like honesty. Yell at each other. Call each other names. I know they're not gods. They're just like you and I, as I've told you 10,000 times. When you argue with your friends, family, and neighbors, do you use polite decorum every single time? Yes, ma'am. Well, you know what? I cede the floor to my crazy leftist aunt. No, you don't. You argue. You talk over each other. It's uncomfortable. I don't expect better. I don't expect different. You shouldn't either. And as far as Trump interrupting all the time, people hated it, but I want you to understand this. Donald Trump does that on purpose. If you think back to every single debate Donald Trump has ever had, whether it be that GOP primary or when he moved on to the general against Hillary and now the general against Biden, the one consistent thing in all those debates is Donald Trump interrupts everybody and dominates the time on camera. Time on the mic, time on camera. This is not accidental. This is a man in his 70s who's lived a life that's all about branding and publicity. He did that on purpose, okay? And guess what? He's going to do it at the next debate and the next debate and the next debate, if there are that many debates. I don't know. I don't do research for the show. He does it on purpose. Good or bad, right or wrong, he is going to dominate the time. And I'll tell you, I had times last night when I didn't want him to interrupt Joe Biden because when Joe Biden actually had, the 2 minutes to answer, you'd see him, he'd be looking down, he'd be struggling, and you'd know he had another gaffe coming, and Trump would step over him before he even had a chance to gaffe it. So there were times I didn't even like it, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know more about branding and publicity than Donald Trump because I don't. He does it on purpose. You can find it annoying. I found it annoying at times. He does it on purpose. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.